Hello, this is Eric from irrigationcheckups.com. It is Monday, June 24th of 2024. And if you have logged in today, you are probably greeted with the new global notification of some recent updates that occurred over the weekend to the app. And hopefully you've had a chance to read through those, but wanted to use this video to walk you through a video guide of this new functionality and some of the changes. And so jumping right in from the user dashboard, we're going to go to My Account Settings. And the first new functionality we have is under the Company Customization Settings. We have two new text fields. These are what you see is what you get, so you can type in your text here and format it, and that's how it will show up. And so the first field is a report footer text. So this is placed at the very bottom of any reports that you create. And so if you're, for example, a Texas irrigator, you may want to put the TCEQ disclaimer that's mandatory for irrigators on there, or any other type of information you want to provide to your clients through the report. And then the second one is a quote disclaimer. So if you are using quotes in your reports, this would be displayed just below the quote, and you could use this any way that you want in terms of saying, this is just an estimate, or disclosing how taxes are going to be handled. Whatever you'd like, you can put there. And so you can fill that out, click update, and that will automatically start getting placed in your reports. And so the next new feature is custom pick lists. So if you go to that tab under My Account, you'll see that there are two new custom pick list fields. And so this was a user requested feature, actually from several different users. First being allowing the checkup status to be broadened. So initially basically just had incomplete and then completed or finalized type checkups, and really no gray area between, but many people's business process is not that black and white. And so here's just showing an example that you could have 4 different ones if you wanted. New, and the little disclaimer here that the first value in this list is going to be the default when you start a new checkup. So that's probably a good one for there. You may have a status that your tech can set it to incomplete, that just means that they started but weren't able to finish. We can click the button here to add a new value. It shows up at the bottom. We can edit it. And let's just say we have one that is complete and waiting on approval. So this is the case that the checkup's been done, there's repairs that are required, but you're waiting on the client to approve the repairs. And so this particular job's not complete, so we're not going to check that. So we click save, and we don't want this on the bottom. So using a mouse on the desktop's a little easier, but you can do this on a tablet or your phone. You just grab that and we'll move it up to the 3rd position. And so this is the order that we'll see it on the checkups. And then the same thing for service reason. When you're starting a new checkup, we've had this list of different options, that you could use if you wanted to. You don't have to. And so same thing, you can change the name of this. So maybe instead of repair, this is repair call. Save that, and this will be presented whenever you start a new checkup. And so I'll show you that in a second. But just make sure that you have at least one value in each of these. And then also, when you rename a value, so Let's say you've got a whole bunch of new checkups that have been created that haven't been touched yet, but you figure, hey, you know what, I want to actually rename this to new checkup. It will rename all of those checkups that are there. Now, if you were to add a new value called new checkup, there's no way of knowing how to update anything that's existing. So just keep that in mind. But if we go to new checkup here at the top, let's just do an existing. This is just a test environment here. So we're going to do home and then reasons. And so here you can see that repair call, that got updated instantaneously. So that's now available. And so let's go ahead and create a new checkup, and we can see some other things that have. So here we have this new status, and you can see that it defaulted to new. And if you want, let's go ahead and change it to incomplete already because we're starting it. Not sure we're gonna. And then you do have the repair reason that can be changed if you decide to call it something else after you get there. But some of the other things you'll see that are different. So create PDF is no longer finalized in create PDF because this status now is not tied directly to creating the PDF. So if you do want to create the report just to see what it looks like, during the process of performing this job, you can create it. It's not going to flag it as being completed. What will cause this checkup to land on the completed page is choosing a status that has that flag. And if we go back to the settings, this flag here, this checkbox, is what determines whether, when this status is set on a checkup, whether it will land on that completed page. So that's something that's new. And then let's go to a completed checkup, and you will notice that these tables have been, the format kind of layout's been tweaked some, help it make it a little easier to see the rows, kind of trying to make more information easier to read. But if we go and click report, so these new buttons at the top are not new, but they've changed. There's one new one. But when a report is completed and you have a PDF of it, it's now much easier when you go and want to see the quote that was generated. So let's click view quote here. And so this particular checkup didn't have a quote, but let's just generate one real quick. We're going to save the signature, create it, and we will then be brought from this kind of quote viewer to the PDF viewer. And so these links or buttons at the top are now dynamic. So if we click back to checkup, this is not going to bring us back to editing the checkup. It's going to bring us back to the PDF because one's already been generated. And now if I go from here to view quote, because the quote's PDF was already generated, I'm going to be brought to that instead of being brought to the page where the initial quote and signature is gathered. And just makes it a little bit easier to navigate. And the same thing with parts. If we go to view parts, now this one didn't have any parts, but need tools, you can create this part list. Same thing's going to happen. We're going to be brought to the PDF viewer of this parts document, and then we can go back to the checkup. Now you'll notice that there's a new copy link button that's associated with the download report. So whenever you're on one of the PDFs, you can now copy the link, and you'll get a little message say the report link's been copied to your clipboard. And so if we open up a new window, put in that link, and so it'll take you directly to the PDF. So If you want to drop a link to the report into your device email app, that's one way to do it. You can also just download the report, and you'll download the file to your device. And that just makes it much easier to deal with things. And then when you click Edit Checkup, here's what we have seen before is, that editing the checkup after the report's been created is going to automatically delete the current report, and you'll need to create a new one, even if there's no changes made. And so this is where, decoupling the status of a checkup with the actual report PDF gives you more flexibility in how things are done. So, that's just some of the new changes that are available now. There's been some other tweaks, to the filters at the top. So now these filters are going to be just the statuses that have been used in incomplete checkups. So you're not going to see any that are not available. And then the same thing with the reasons. So that's all linked now. And then same thing in reports. So these new checkup reasons are going to be available, and then there will be one called not defined. So, there's 15 checkups that didn't have the reason put down. Same thing. These filters all are now tied, so makes it much easier to navigate and get the information that you need. And so, hopefully, these changes will make it a lot easier for you to understand what the current status is of things. Seeing whether things are complete or not, or your list of incomplete, whether they're just new, haven't been started, or there's some sort of reason why you're not seeing everything that you expected. So, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out.